Good morning, folks. It's Tuesday, June 13th. We just had CPI come in lighter than expected at 4% versus 4.1%. We have FOMC tomorrow. And so let's take a look at the indices and how they're reacting. All right. So everything reacting positively, lighter than CPI. So, man, you got to question, though, how long can this go? These charts look incredible. They do. Everything looks like a breakout. QQQ looks like it's forming this big, gigantic cup and handle, which who knows can take the QQQ to like 430 or 450 next year. That looks like it looks like what it wants to do right now. But you got to wonder, there's got to be a correction in here somehow. Look at SPY. I guess a lot of people are thinking what I just said because things are really rocketing up. SPY, similar chart, all-time highs next year. Looks like it's in the realm of possibility. ARKK, which has been, we've seen that rotation, a little bit of rotation. We still like QQQ, SPY taken off, but relatively speaking, ARKK now has been outperforming. And IWM also with a pop this morning. It's the least best performer here today, but and the chart doesn't look as good, but QQQ, SPY, ARKK looking really, really good. And look, we still have another risk event tomorrow. So everyone knows the Fed is going to pause tomorrow. That's not in question. That's like 100% chance the Fed is going to pause. The question is, what's their forward-looking commentary? Are they going to give like some sort of all-clear signal that everything is great and the underlying data is good and, and that's it? Or are they going to say, well, we're not sure. We're still seeing some data that could indicate that inflation is going to come back and we're going to be ready to raise rates again, maybe as soon as next month. So everything comes down to the commentary. And at some point, there's going to be a catalyst, which is going to cause a correction. FOMC might be it. Okay, I don't know what that catalyst is going to be, but at some point, even if it's not a terrible catalyst, but the market's going to paint it in a negative light. They're going to start seeing things in a negative light at some point because they're going to need an excuse for a correction. So just look out for any type of catalyst, and maybe it's a macro, maybe it's a geopolitical thing. You never know. Maybe it's something with the war. Like at some point, something's going to be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, just because people want an excuse to sell. But meantime, the charts look really good as far as long term. So we had some news this morning on Oracle. Oracle, latest AI stock, the latest AI craze, beat earnings and very positive commentary on their AI demand, their AI products. Unbelievable. That looks like another NVIDIA type action going on with Oracle. And that's lifting all boats in the AI sector. Let's go to our AI watch list. VRSSF doesn't start trading until 9:30 a.m. and then FFI is a penny stock. But the rest of these, here's an ETF for AI stocks, by the way, chat, if you didn't know about it, up 2.4%. And you can see everything else doing really good this morning. Now, on the weekly show that I'm part of on Spaces at Wolf Financial, I had a couple picks this week. And one of them was SOUN. Last week, by the way, was Palantir and ARK. So I did pretty good on that, but didn't win. It was up like 5-6%, but there were other better choices last week. So congrats to them. But this week, one of my picks was SOUN, an AI play. So already we have the sentiment working from Oracle on SOUN. But the other reason I liked SOUN is because this really hasn't taken off. If you look in the past 3 months, it's been relatively stable compared to other AI plays. And compare that to AI here. Look at that. That's in the last 3 months on AI. And this is what we have on SOUN. And yesterday, quite sneakily, you can't see it with the candles, but if you switch to a line chart, you'll see the close was at a high, $3.15 yesterday. Or was it say $3.19? Why does it say $3.19? I swear it was $3.15. All right, well, that even better. If $3.19 was the close, so $3.19 was the high in the last 3 months. So that looks like it's starting to break out. And my kind of idea in a mega trend is every stock gets its turn, right? Every stock gets its turn, no matter how low quality it may be. And this technicals were really setting up for SOUN to break out this morning. It already is. And there are other couple factors. I like to look at stack catalysts. So yesterday there was a stock, AUUD, which surged, 150%. Some penny stock, it like tripled in the last couple of days from 50 cents to $1.50. I don't know the full story, but it has something to do with Meta doing something with audio AI. That's all I know. Meta doing something with audio AI, and there was a speculation that AUUD has something to do with that. And I don't care. I'm not playing AUD. But what did that make me think of? It made me think of SOUN immediately. And I was looking at this one. It was like $3 yesterday. I should have pulled the trigger then, but I did it at the close yesterday, about 319 or so. When I saw the great close, because now you have that sentiment that, oh, Meta's doing something with sound AI. Well, this is a sound AI stock. There's a sound AI stock that hasn't had its turn yet with great technicals. So I'm looking for $3.50 to $4 target on SOUN in the near term. And obviously, we could be wrong. Might not work out. So you got to manage your risk. If it goes the way against you, you got to sell it and take your loss. And that's up to you how you play that. I'm just giving you ideas. So SOUN, one of the ideas. By the way, Palantir, which has been one of my favorite AI stocks, are looking good here with a higher low. Man, if it can hold this higher low, yesterday was 1603. If we can stay above 1603, the high day was 1603. If we can stay above 1603, then I think there's a very high chance it's going to retest 1716, the high of that candle. Yep. Absolutely. All right. 1603 is the number. Stay above 1603. You can test 1716, and then then we'll take it from there. Longer term, 19 to 21 is my target. I would say intermediate term. So you got to be cautious with all of these, though. The 20 DMA, that's kind of your guide of how far correction can go in a bull market. In a bull market, you can easily have corrections to the 20 DMA. So protect yourself there. Just be aware of possible downside. Advise, be careful with leverage and options and all that kind of good stuff. So, all right. AUGX, another AI stock that I've been holding long term. This is a healthcare AI with HCA. You should know the deal with this one. And this broke 435. Was it? Let's see. 436. It was 436 resistance. It broke it yesterday. And we gave this to you yesterday morning because I had some news on their AI progress. Okay. You can go ahead and look at that news, but they broke 436. And to me here, you got to go to a 5-year chart. The next level, probably like 5. I don't really see much between this 4 level and 5. The next whole number, psychological level, maybe a little bit at 470, some candles here. But 470 to 5 is going to be your targets on AUGX. And I'm just holding this one. This one can be huge one day if their trial works out with HCA and then they deploy their technology to all the hospitals around the country. That'll be fun. So that's a long-term hold for me. All right. Other AI stocks that can do well today. VICR is one that I like because this is they're helping with the infrastructure build out of NVIDIA. So this one, I got 2 targets for you at the top of this scale, 62, and then the 200 DMA at 74. And pick any AI stock, any mega cap that's an AI. They're probably all doing great today. We'll see what Vegas has in a bit in terms of what should focus on. But this is just like, bull rip right now for the market and especially AI stocks. Okay, there was some news on Toyota Motor. I don't know this news well. I saw it coming. It's not on my watch list. I saw something, some notifications this morning, and then someone in our group was talking about it. So they unveiled their plans for new EV technology to come out, I think in like 2026, with new EV battery, solid state EV battery. So Toyota Motors going up sharply on that, 5.5%. And wow, it's gapping above the 200 DMA. Let's get weekly moving averages in here. Oh, that's the 200 week moving. Wow, that's incredible. Gapping above the 200 week. There it is. Wow. Whew, big W pattern. You see this gigantic W? Maybe 167 is your target on Toyota Motors. Not a stock I've ever bought, but man, this looks good. Lots of bullish charts out there. Unbelievable. So I'm thinking about that EV battery news, and someone had just suggested to me if Toyota's doing this EV stuff, EV battery, maybe that's bad for other battery stocks like FREY. I'm not going to play that. You can see there was initial pop and now it's down. There were some other battery stocks I'm not familiar with. It's called ENVX. Maybe that's a short idea. I'm not going to play that. But what goes in these solid state batteries? I don't know the answer. Could it be that they're using more rare earth minerals than lithium? I don't know. Possibly. Made me think of MP, and I just happened to look at MP, and MP is down here, has been consolidating for a while at $22 or so, and I really don't know the answer to that with rare earth minerals, but I know that this stock has been dead in the water, and it's getting a little boost this morning, so it is possible it's related to the EV battery technology from Toyota Motor. I really don't know, but because it's been consolidating for so long, and I'm bullish on rare earth minerals longer term, especially the ones sourced in the United States, because geopolitical issues. So I think it might not be a bad idea, a bad entry for MP here. And you can see immediate resistance here is about $23 on MP. And then who knows if we can get over that? Well, you got some resistance at $24. But MP is a stock I think deserves a place in a long-term portfolio. ACHR has just been ripping since we gave it to you last week. Sold some trading shares, still holding some long-term shares that were on CNBC this morning, and that's why it was ripping. Probably some people got note last night on the schedule that they were going to be on CNBC this morning. So you see the gap up at $4.05. So did sell trading shares already, but holding a long-term core position. You never know. This could be the Tesla of the airplane space. Electric vehicles, electric airplanes, right? eVTOL. So this could be the leading one. It does seem like it's the best pure play in that space with Stellantis behind them, only $1 billion market cap as of now. They're going to be the centerpiece in some France air show coming up soon. They had an upgrade by Canaccord Genuity, I believe it was, with a $9 price target. How do I remember all this? My brain is such mush and I still pull it out somehow. Canaccord Genuity, $9 price target. So ACHR, I really like that for the long term, and that's why you have the pop this morning. Don't know what it's going to do today, but holding that for the long term. Now, SABR, here's one that could do well today. They had news this morning. Wow, even at 372 right now, with the market pumping the way it is and inflation a little bit lighter than expected, well, that might be good for air travel. And on top of that, they have some news. SABR and distribution agreement with Air Canada. And if you read this, new, that's important. New, I don't even know much about SABR, but I know how to interpret press releases. New multi-year distribution agreement includes full range of NDC source Air Canada content for SABR connected travel agencies. A long-term partnership ensures worldwide distribution via the SABR travel marketplace. Launch of Air Canada NDC's content expected in the coming months. I emphasize all the key words, which makes this a good press release. And you can see right now it's trying to, man, if this opens above the 50 DMA, I think it's got a short position, 17% short. This one can go today, and maybe people are expecting this news. I don't know if there was other news. Possibly there was other news yesterday. Let's take a quick look. June 12th, SABR and Aero Mexico launch NDC content. So now you have Stack Catalyst 2 days in a row. I like it. Sounds good. Okay, so now 50 DMA. If we break the 50 DMA, we could go to 4+ on SABR today. Cool. Good news. I like that. I like that play. All right. Then we have CTLP with a little bit of news this morning. Now, CTLP has been ripping, and it's up against resistance here. The 200-week moving average at $7.50, roughly, let's call it. They had some news this morning, which looks great. Notes rapid growth of EMV-enabled vending credit debit card payments. This could certainly be enough, just based on that headline alone, to send this over the 200 DMA. And I think there's a short position here, too. Only 5%? Okay. But it could send this over the 200 DMA and towards who knows what. Okay. I do like the stock for the long term. I think it's worthy to hold this for the long term based on some other presentations we've had in the community on this for you. Man, we got to bring Mark Gomes back. We interviewed Mark Gomes on it, Chris Tuttle on it, and I do like it longer term. But this press release, I just want to note that if you look at this, it's a very promotional press release, and it's referring to data that was already recently released. So it may not have as an explosive move as one may be expecting, but because the market's so bullish and because it's interacting with the 200-week moving average, it certainly could. Okay, so CTLP definitely, it's hard to buy stocks after they've gone up so much, but with all that data out there, everything I just talked about, I think the odds are better than not that it's going to break above 750 and have a nice day today. All right, so that's CTLP. Then I want to bring back Illumina to the forefront. I got to talk faster. Okay, we're at 714. Illumina, okay, this one was the one that Carl Icahn forced a management change, and I really still like this. There was an article came out which kind of validated my thesis on this. So yesterday, had a nice move, V-shaped kind of recovery. But I told you, if this breaks out of this 50 DMA right here, then your target's in the 220s. So there's an article came out from Barron's, which kind of validated my bias I have. Anytime there's a management change, it's usually good, especially if it was out of activist action. But Illumina CEO's resignation may restore stock's popularity from Barron's. You read this, and if you read this, then I think you're going to be really bullish on the stock. By the way, RBC Capital Markets has a target of $336, and they talked about this management change and how it's a really good positive for the company. Very interesting company. I learned a lot of interesting things by reading that Barron's report. Oh, I put it in the VIP chat room. So head on over to StoryTrading.com. It's a PDF. I uploaded. I turned that Barron's into a PDF, and it's in the VIP chat room in our app. Okay. What else do we have here? Illumina, Rum. Okay, Rum, we have the Trump indictment today. Now, you know what? I just realized there's multiple catalysts here. So we're talking about, the Trump indictment. Yeah, maybe that had something to do with it. There was also dark money flow on Rum. It also broke technicals at $10.54. My target's in the 12s just because of the technical breakout. But there's also something else. There have been some high-profile content creators at YouTube over the last few days who have been banned. And this may have something to do as well from the Daily Wire, like Candace Owens and a few others. I forget their name. I'm not too familiar with the Daily Wire, but it's like 3 of them, like Michael Knowles, I think it is, being banned at YouTube. And I mean, these are people with millions of followers. And if they already are on Rumble, but they don't have a huge presence on Rumble. So if they kind of do a bigger presence on Rumble, or if they promote Rumble more, that'll obviously be very good for the stock. So you got stack catalysts between the Trump thing today, the Daily Wire people being banned from YouTube, the technical breakout at $10.54 is still looking for a $12 to $13 target here roughly on Rumble. Then I want to point out uranium has been on fire. This is the ETF for uranium, URNM. Now, I like uranium for the long term very, very, very much. So I have a bias towards, once it starts breaking out, I'm like, yeah, let me get it because I think it's going much, much higher, uranium stocks. So uranium stocks, that made me think of CCJ. CCJ, look at this, breaking out 52-week high. It's like, is this an all-time high? I only have a 5-year chart here, but it's close enough. Look at that high. It's 32.40 or something. Is that 5-year high there? $32.49. Looks like a gigantic kind of choppy cup. But in this choppy cup breakout, you could see $35, $36 target on CCJ. By the way, with uranium, maybe SMR is going to have its day. I was looking at uranium stocks last night, looking for something that hasn't really moved. And SMR, it's above the fit. You know what? I like SMR right here today at $8.35 at that ask over here, because uranium stocks have been on a tear, but SMR has not participated. Look at this long-term trend line pushing SMR down at the 50 DMA. So this could be a breakout moment, at least for a move to like $9 or so on SMR. And I think this has, wow, that can't be accurate. 89%. Someone check that. There was bad information on a short float on TD yesterday. I forgot which stock it was. It was Illumina. Illumina over here shows like 55% short. Someone else checked it for me and said, no, it's like 5% short. I don't know what the accurate number is, but there's no way it's 89% because Carvana is a most highly shorted stock in the market at 55%. But SMR looks like it could be in play here, uranium stock. And we just got to stop because we got to move on to Vegas, even though there's lots of other stocks we can cover. So here we go.
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. I could keep going on and on forever.
I'm sure you could have a full-time broadcast. You just might as well be on there all day. Live show.
I could do it. That'll be fun. Yeah, all right. So what do you look at? I talked about the CPI and Oracle and Toyota. What's in your plate?
Well, I mean, we know about Oracle, phenomenal earnings. So looking for continuation there. Looking for continuation on many stocks. And one of my top watches today, and a trade that I'm in right now, is AMD. I mean, we have an event today at 1:00, and so reminder that she's going to be talking about the company's growth strategy,
breakout,
and expanding product portfolio and AI. Okay, so if she says anything about all that stuff. And she's going to also show off their new processor. It's called Epic, which should be epic. And it's going to be a competitor with NVIDIA's product. So I think there's going to be a lot of excitement for her event today at 1:00. And I think it's a stock to watch, because there could be some hype and this can go much higher should the market love. And so far I could see pre-market, there's excitement already on NVIDIA. CAT construction, we took for a swing yesterday, so we are long on CAT. I think that we're going to see some follow through on CAT, especially when we get some numbers coming out. Yeah,
we should get some.
Yeah, we should get some numbers with CAT, especially with they'll go higher. CAT and DE as they go bigger on a runoff the China stimulus and real estate news. So there is some information on that. Nice. Yeah. And Netflix looks phenomenal. Netflix got an upgrade to 450. So liking Netflix very much. And also That's like, I don't know
Look
which
at
one to
this.
trade.
This is
I know.
crazy. No, I'm just noting these are a lot of different sectors which are taking off because remember this rally started with just like 5 big cap tech stocks, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the market underneath is really weak. It's only 5 stocks." Not anymore, man. These are like different sectors, industrials. Like everyone's
Yeah.
starting to
Honestly,
participate
like I just
in
have
this
to
rally.
ignore
It's
the
just
noise.
amazing.
I just gotta ignore the noise. And I really love this morning, Joe Fahmy put a tweet out this morning, and I just loved
Yeah,
his tweet. And he actually said, that the market doesn't really care about economic numbers or the Fed, that it's priced in peak inflation last October, and it's
yeah,
began to anticipate the end of the rate hiking cycle this year, and
right.
it's factoring in something bigger. And so, keep in mind that it's always a discounting mechanism. Okay, so
Yep.
his tweet is very powerful and very important to watch. He's also a great follow,
Yep.
and very very involved, and gives great commentary, and again, non-macro, cuts the noise. So I love all that. And also watching Shopify.
Yeah, I was just
Over
about to note Shopify.
Yeah.
I was scrolling down,
Uh-huh.
looking at my list. There it is. I'm glad you
Yeah,
brought it up.
Target looks good towards $70
Yep,
on
100%.
Shopify.
I'm with you on that. Look
Microsoft
at that.
looking
That's
to
a
go.
clean breakout, man. 70. I know we mentioned say
Mhm.
70 to 75. I'm gonna upgrade it a little bit. That's what I see. 70 to 75.
Yeah, okay, so 70 to 75 looks good. I love how we're giving upgrades on the show. And then Tesla,
Yeah.
looking good towards 260. So I'm looking for Tesla to go to 260. And my number
Wow.
on SPY, okay, because tomorrow we have Fed Speaker Powell speaking,
Oh, I gave
and he
that
will
target
say,
the other
what,
day.
the rates are going to be unchanged, or
Right
whatever he
there.
plans to say. If he validates and confirms what we're all anticipating, that the rates will be unchanged, I think SPY is
Yeah.
going to head towards 450. So that's my target on SPY, 450. So we'll see what
450.
happens.
It's awesome. This is crazy. Man, this action is insane. By the way, Tesla, I just wanted to mention
Uh-huh.
last week I did give a
Yeah.
target on this show of 255 to 265, which also right in the midpoint of your target, 260. I got those numbers from this gap, these 2 candles on September 26th and October 3rd, these 2 weekly candles. You see a gap right in there. So that's 255 to 265, and that matches your 260 target. I love it when we validate like that. All right, man, this is great. Good luck. We're gonna kill it today.
Yeah. Good luck, everyone. Have a great trading day.
Remember to take some profits though, right? You know
Yeah.
what? Like I
Listen.
noticed, like the morning is always like huge on good days, and then it like pulls
Mhm.
back significantly, and then we're back up. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Play it
just
like you like.
listen. There's good. I think there'll be some excitement today, and obviously tomorrow. There could be some profit tickers today because they're going to be little, or maybe profit tickers tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Before FOMC, there's always profit takers, and then of course after they hear the news, they get back in the market. So, nothing wrong with locking in along the way. No one has ever lost money by taking money. So,
sounds
so
good.
that sounds good. So I hope everyone has a great
All right,
trading day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
take care. Yep. Bye bye.